Republicans have canceled democracy in Colorado. This is unbelievable what is going on. Back in August, Colorado Republican leaders canceled the presidential straw poll to avoid binding its delegates to a candidate that might not ultimately survive until the Republican National Convention in Cleveland in July. Instead, Republicans decided to select national delegates through the caucus process, which completely turned the election over to party insiders and activists. It essentially left 90% or more of the 1 million Republican voters outside of the process of selecting who would get the delegates from Colorado in the Republican race. And now we have learned, after the weekend, that Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz won all 34 of Colorado's delegates to the Republican National Convention. Now, Colorado is not a winner-take-all state. It is a proportional allocation state. So you might be wondering, well, how on earth did Ted Cruz win 100% of the delegates? And I will tell you, of the 34 delegates, Ted Cruz had already won 21 delegates in the congressional district conventions sort of over the last week. And then 13 more delegates went to him on Saturday from statewide delegates. Donald Trump is furious, saying the people of Colorado had their vote taken away from them by the phony politicians. Biggest story in politics, this will not be allowed. This is absolutely true. I completely agree with Donald Trump on this. Moments earlier, he posted a tweet saying, "How is it possible that the people of the great state of Colorado never got to vote?" 34 delegates allocated, Lewis. Never an actual vote for the people of Colorado.
Yeah, we really shouldn't be fooled. Most people are fooled, but we shouldn't be fooled by the Democratic Party, the Republican Party. They're just operating completely independently, and they make their own rules. They do everything their own way. And so what they're doing isn't illegal because they make the rules themselves. And our government has been co-opted by the two parties, and this is what they do.
This may not really figure in prominently to the eventual delegate math. I mean, it's 34 delegates. Either way, there is every indication we are looking at a contested convention for the Republicans. But the underpinnings that are revealed here is that there is not going to be a simple path to the nomination for anybody, including Donald Trump. And this is evidence of that, isn't it? They are not going to make it easy at all.
And yes, so if Donald Trump can run as a third-party candidate,
right,
this would be a good thing. If not, bad thing.
No matter what you think about Trump or Cruz or whatever else, there is no way it makes sense for Ted Cruz to win 100% of the delegates in a state where Donald Trump, back when there were still 14 candidates, and this is the most recent poll I found, I think it's back from November potentially, when there were 14 candidates being polled in Colorado for Republicans, Trump had 17% of the vote. Right now, there are 3 candidates. Every reason to assume Trump has more than 17% support there. He ended up with 0% of the delegates. There is no justification.
Yeah, you know what? Even if it was a resurrected Hitler who was running against Cruz, I would still want democracy to operate and to work. And that's important. So I am against this. Anyone with a good head on their shoulders should be against this type of nonsense.
I will remind you that I have been saying Donald Trump will not be the Republican nominee for a very, very long time, and I still stand by that. And every day I get emails from people furious. How dare I suggest that anyone but the Donald will end up with this nomination? I have said it before, and I am still saying Donald Trump will not be the Republican nominee.